All right, hello everybody. Today is November 2nd, 2024, and here I have June and Apollo's Lakeland Terrier puppies, the 3 Wheaton colored males. This is the little guy, the brown collar. No surprise if you've been watching this litter that he is my outgoing, hilarious little bouncy peppy guy. I mean, this guy is hilarious. Honestly, he is. He's so tiny. He just bounces around. He loves people. So, and these two are coming out of their shells so well as well. And they're going to be definitely more quieter, laid back ones. And this guy's going to be my high energy, bouncy fellow. They're all going to be high energy. I always have to say that, clarify that. Like, these are Lakeland Terrier puppies. Did I say they're June and Apollo's, born September 18th, 2024, and they are 6.5 weeks old. Lakeland Terriers are wild. They're high terriers. They're wild. They're high energy dogs. They will all be hilarious and high energy and playful, but there's always different levels of that and different personalities. So we're going to do the puppy picking video today, which means like I'm going to describe all the differences in looks and personalities that I'm seeing. It's going to be a pretty long video. Honestly, this guy. It's going to be a pretty long video. And I will just walk you all through it. And then at the end, one of these guys is spoken for. So for that family, you guys can pick which one you want to pick. And then I will put up on our website, I'll make 2 individual ads for the 2 available puppies. Now, honestly, isn't he hilarious? Now, I'm going to explain why I do the puppy picking descriptions the way I do. I'll get to all of that. Sorry, he keeps distracting me. I'm going to explain all of that in this video. To start, obviously, size is something. This little guy, all 3 of these guys, for 6.5 weeks, they're pretty tiny. So I would say they're going to be more on the petite side of Lakeland Terriers. Probably in that, it's hard to pick a weight to throw out. But I would say probably 18 for these 2, the 2 bigger ones, blue and green. I don't know, 15 to 18 pounds. That's kind of the normal range, I guess. But on the lighter side, they could maybe be about 16 pounds. It's hard to say because there's different reasons for being small. There's genetically small. There's kind of delayed growing. There's, if their mom's milk wasn't quite as nutritious as sometimes, like they did get supplemented a little bit. So sometimes in those cases, they can still end up on the, larger scale of a Lakeland Terrier. But I would predict these guys are all going to be pretty petite. Now this guy, Brown, he's like pint size. He's probably half the size. Is that too much? Maybe, I don't know, 2/3 the size of the other guy. A third smaller. He's definitely really small. So if you're looking for I would definitely say he's going to be the 14, 15 pound max would be my guess. Again, they can always surprise you. They can be just late bloomers and they come popping out of that later. But he's the size of my hand. It's not like I have that big of hands, big chunky hands I have, of course. As you can see, he is a character. He's hilarious. And I always try to, when I have a puppy that's basically performing on the camera, I know, especially for children, it's like, oh, that's the one I want. They're adorable. They're funny. They're cute. Like, just keep in mind, and I would recommend you even go on our YouTube channel and look at past litters. They're 6.5 weeks old, and by 8 weeks, every one of them is going to be doing this exact same thing, wagging their tail, playing, coming up to me, like all those things. So I'm about to describe personalities, but I want to point that out since obviously he's been putting on a pretty adorable show this whole time so far, and he is a belly rub lover. He's precious. He is precious, but he's going to be a high energy Lakeland Terrier, without a doubt. He is high energy. Has been for a long time, and that's usually my indicator that, okay, this one's definitely, can you knock it up? So, without ado, I'm going to get into so all these guys are going to be high energy Lakeland Terriers, like I just said. Under the umbrella of being a Lakeland Terrier, they all have their own, would you guys come out here? they all have their own personalities. So that's Blue first. They all have their own personalities. And if you've had terriers before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There are really high energy, alpha, outgoing Lakeland Terriers, and there are more laid back, passive Lakeland Terriers. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. I've had people that say, oh, I've had Lakelands before. Well, you're never going to have another one like the one that you had. They're very, very unique and individual. They really do all have different personalities. It's amazing, truly. So that's what I'm trying to describe here. I usually rank puppies in order from most outgoing and energetic in a litter to least outgoing and energetic, because it kind of gives you that scale to understand what I'm kind of describing. So the more outgoing and energetic ones, they're usually the more, that's obviously brown, they're more independent, they're more energetic, high energy. I feel like I've said that 20 times already in this video. They are definitely a little more independent. A lot of times they can tend to be a little bit more troublemakers than the more laid back ones. Not always, that's not always true. Sometimes the quiet ones are quietly ornery. A lot of times they are more alpha, even if with this guy being little, if he thinks he's an alpha, he's gonna always try to be an alpha. So these are things to kind of just keep in mind. Now with the littlest one being the most high energy, sometimes that means they've learned to submit, just so they don't get beat up. But as you can see, if he would go over to his siblings, he definitely, I would say it shows some alpha traits. So that's just something to keep in mind. Green is definitely my quietest one. He's my 3. So ranking, I have brown, then blue, then green. Blue is right here. He is a total middle of the road personality. Like, he is not challenging little brown with being alpha, but he's definitely not just rolling over and giving in. He's right there in the middle. Look at him picking a fight with green right now, kind of showing him like, hey, let's go. Just total middle of the road. And green is definitely my quiet and shy one. So he's going to be the more easygoing, laid back guy. Again, these are all under the context of being a Lakeland Terrier, which are typically not known to be just laid back type dogs. Lakelands love water, so that's something I'm already seeing. They're literally like swimming in their water bowl. I have to watch that. I'm not even joking. It's crazy. That's Lakelands for you. I mean, he is stinking cute, though, you gotta admit. Look at that little guy. Can you see the tail going? I'm always partial to the runts, though, because they kind of needed my extra care a lot of times. But honestly, these guys are so charming as well. Like, I don't want to make it all about brown. It's kind of like what I said. The ones that, you know, put on the biggest show a lot of times catch all of our attention. But I'm just telling you how I've seen puppies turn into adults. These are the personalities that you will expect to see. And in the next few weeks, they will all be leaping and bounding around here. Almost, I'll hardly be able to keep the camera on them by 8 weeks old. So there's Blue. And I deeply apologize that I did not get a midweek video this week. My mother-in-law had some major health problems and I just didn't get it done. And I'm so sorry. I know how exciting it is to get to pick, and I know you were probably waiting on me, and I'm just so sorry. This is Green right here. Hey, Charming, come here. I mean, he looks like a teddy bear, doesn't he? Like, are you even real? You're so stinking cute. Come here. You're so stinking cute. There's Blue in the background. Come here. Come here. Another thing to talk about, a lot of people always ask me, like, are there health problems that I should worry about with runts? And there really are no connections that I've ever had. All my runts, even my most severely small runts in past years, like, have all absolutely done 100% fine. So that wouldn't be anything I would worry about if it was me. But feel free to direct those kind of questions to your vet if you are wondering. But they all have had their vet checks and are very healthy. Here's Green. I mean, seriously, he's got like the most teddy bear face, I would say, out of all of them. She's got like a little know, like just a precious teacup face. But green has got like a teddy bear face. And blue is just, look at this guy. Like I said, he's so middle of the road. Like he's got a little bit of white on him, on his chest. Not as much as brown has. But that tail's always wagging. He is definitely a little, him and brown, definitely, like, I'm gonna show you even size-wise. Definitely are a little bit redder than green. Green definitely has more of the lighter undertones in his fur. I can see him lightening up pretty good. And the other two could be a little bit more red, kind of like Apollo is kind of reddish. So that still means wheaten, it just has a more red. How's that taste? I think I must have spilled my coffee. I think I see a little coffee down there. You drinking your Saturday morning coffee? Oh, sweet pea. What are you doing, Blue? Huh? There we go. Here's Green. Come on out of there, huh? Yeah. Hi there, precious boy. Hi there, precious boy. I know. See, I'm just so stinking precious. I didn't want to come out on my own. I wanted you to come get me. Huh? Wanted you to come get me. Yeah. You sweet boy. You sweet boy. Yeah. Can I give you a belly rub? Can I give you a belly rub? You want one? You want a belly rub? Oh, what do you think of that? Oh, that feels good. There's a little brown. He's like, hey, why are you getting a belly rub? Oh, that feels so good, Green. Does that feel so good, Green? Yeah. How about you, Blue? Oh, what scared you, huh? Something scare you? I always try to keep my ugly shoes out of it, but somehow they always end up in it. What's the matter, Buster? Would you like a little belly rub as well? Nope. Not feeling it right now. It's brown and blue. Brown's on the left. And I think I mentioned this before. A lot of times, the little runts, like they're always going to be more petite and stuff, but they do kind of, as like the size gap gets smaller as they get older. This is a really great example showing Blue as being like middle of the road, because you can see like, oh, he's like, wherever I go, I'm a little nervous all of a sudden now, but oh, he'll bounce right out of it. And here's Brown. So I hope that gives you kind of a good sense on everything. I've talked about color, size, personality. Sorry, I know I get really blabbing a lot. So you can mute me. I won't be offended. They're doing so good. Green's going for the toys. There's Blue back there. Have a great weekend. Let me know if you get stumped. I'm happy to help.